Blankets aren't warm. You are warm. Blankets just seal in the heat.
In the year 2000, there were people alive who were born in the late 1800s.
Chickens are more evolutionarily successful than lions, and it's almost entirely due to how delicious they are.
Until the invention of the microphone, no one knew their voice sounded different to other people than it does in their head.
It's really weird how hamburgers became a staple of food, appearing in almost all fast food joints and on the menu of nearly any restaurant, while hot dogs seem to be seen rarely outside of the backyard barbecue.
The reason you always hear about lottery winners spending all their winnings is because it's only people who are irresponsible with their money buying lotteries in the first place.
Vampires are really wasteful considering they drink from a human a few sips and leave them to die.
There are several substances sweeter than sugar, but there are no substances salter than salt.
To most people, staring at the moon is the most amount of land you will ever see at once.
Maybe things only seemed magical when we were kids, is because no one can give a long rest as adults.
The person who you think talks too much might think that you're a great listener.
Erasers slowly die for our mistakes.
The voice in your head doesn't sound like your actual voice, but rather the way you hear your own voice.
We have no evidence they didn't do the wave at ancient colosseums.
Famous is very subjective when it comes to restaurant menu items.
There are thousands of hours of video of each of us walking, eating, talking, buying things, mindlessly picking our noses, etc. And most of those are not accessible to us.
Humans play more with cat toys than cats do.
Getting packages from the delivery truck is the adult version of the ice cream truck.
It's the responsibility of the adults to make the world a place that children want to live in.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. A knife used to cut raw chicken, if unwashed, does poison damage.
Ring doorbells ruin ding-dong ditch.
Receipts are cash ghosts.
Many of us think they know how to solve the world's problems, but most of us can't solve our own problems.
The feeling of jet lag never existed for humans until the last 100 years.
You can stir with any utensil.
2050 is closer to us than 1995.
It's better to have flies in your car and spiders in your house than vice versa.
Those who think they can and those who think they can't are usually both right.
I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Facts. This podcast gives you interesting tidbits of information to impress your friends, family, and colleagues with. So get smarter in less than 10 minutes a day. Just search for Daily Facts in your podcast app or check the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.